some we'll work on this build a little bit more, and then we're gonna switch over to the other build because I need to do work on that one. I just want to put some more strawing in, I think. More tubes, more pipes. I wonder if I shouldn't. Like that idea. My big box cutter, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit better view of what I'm doing with my hands, so you can get kind of an idea of, you know, how I'm building it, because I definitely have the goal to inspire people to do their own crafting. Pre-built stuff is cool, but scratch build just has heart. So that's what I'm here trying to do. It's another cloudy, rainy day out there, so we're gonna be in here most of the time. I do have to work on my Gubens Gets banner. I'm gonna finish that up and send that in to him. If you don't know what that is, you can check out Gubens Gets Instagram. They are running a freehand banner competition, so just gonna do one of those up. I always like the freehand stuff. So because this isn't glued in here, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can't find a little skewer. And I'm gonna glue a skewer in here. Not that cool, so that when I put it in here, it'll have a nice solid mounting spot. Just try to use up these straws instead of recycling them or throwing them away. Put some more little details in there. This is cooled, so I'm going to go ahead and slide it in here. Pretty sleazy, easy. I still would like to try to put a little bit more detail on this part, like I don't know, I was even thinking just another tube that maybe glued on and went down this side. Might have used up all the bendy straws though. That's unfortunate. Um, let's do this one back. I do like that. Um, it will just, you know, but it would be quite fragile. I would like to use this up before I messed with this, and I don't like it as much now. I don't mind there being like pipes and stuff all sticking out of this corner. That's cool, but I'm just gonna put it back the way I had it. There is a bendy straw in there I can use. I think really the next step on this one in particular is maybe some wiring. Um, that fits there pretty good. And I want to wait to do the wiring till I put some more work on this other one. So I'm going to go ahead and switch out the other one here just a second. Go ahead and put these little plastic bits on here just to add a little bit to the, you know, banisters and railings are like one of the most kind of fiddly things to do. So if you can find something that works for banisters or railings, more power to you. Like if you can find something you can take apart and use a perfect piece, or if you don't mind like building them out of something, because I mean that's about that same height, so you could do something like that. I'm not going to. I just wanted to put something on the side. I really wanted to just use up those little pieces, but I'm gonna go ahead and grab that other. Slide this guy over here and grab the other one. So, this is where I had gotten with the other one, which wasn't so far. Already see some things I can do. I don't have the plastic glue on me, so I probably gonna have to run up and grab the plastic glue. So mess around with some models upstairs, and I'm down to one bottle. So putting the rest of this together, because I did want this to go up maybe like another broken chunk and a piece of floor. Even just like a little small piece of floor up here. Yeah, y'all can't see that. What am I doing? So Yeah, up here on the top, and then a little bit of a ruin piece or something. I really do like the way all the windows came out. Like, it's a cool effect raised up like this. I don't have any more ladders, so I can't build a ladder for this. I'm missing a ladder on that other piece too. So that is a thing we're just gonna have to wait on. I should have some soon. I think the last thing I was trying to do was put in this pipe, but this was so dusty that I couldn't get anything to stick to it. So we're gonna just hop right back in where I was working on it before. I don't have very much plans for this one. I didn't have any like sort of blueprint or anything for these besides using the big cardboard tube on them, which you probably have noticed that has been on all of them recently. And that's for another part of this project, but I have to finish the bottom part first. The main things I'm seeing on here that need to be dealt with is we're still missing some places that need plaster or some sort of covering. It needs some wiring. It needs something up here. I think maybe a midway platform. You know, that's always helpful for other planks and stuff to go on, but I was also thinking of just extending this platform out a little bit so that even just something like that. Just to give that lip a little bit more, and then just leaving this a drop down with like a ladder coming down. I think that's where I'm going to end up going with this. Unfortunately, this is cut long ways with the corrugation this way, so I'll have to cut another piece and switch the corrugation to this way so I can put some dowels and stuff in it to mount it on this. That will give it a lot more strength. So I can't use that piece. Can't use the small piece. So I can just cut this into one. Go. Sweater keeps falling on the ground. Dang. Want one edge squared because that's going to be the outside edge, and this nice squared edge is going to go along here, and this ruined piece will help extend this ruined piece, and I'll probably end up like wrecking this up a little bit. That can wait, so I match these lines. Oh. So dang good. See the corrugation is along it's the opposite direction. So this will allow me to put some dowels in here to mount this, which will give it a lot more strength, especially if I use relatively strong dowels. Let's see, what do I have? Unfortunately, it really looks like I only have these kind of thin and flexible ones. But if I put enough of them, that's okay. The flexibleness might actually add to it. And I'm okay, I don't need to square that out. I'll put some banister border type of thing on that. And in a way, it'll match the other one because of it. So I'm just going to glue these in here. I can cut them down to size later. I do want them like all the ways to the edge with quite a bit of hot glue, so that gives quite a bit of strength there. And I'm going to do that a few more times. But it's always a good idea to add that sort of structural integrity to your pieces. Then I really don't have to worry about the hot glue deciding to pop off of this or whatever reason. I did cut all of them I didn't cut them, so they're way too long, but I can snip those down real quick. And as you can see, I did leave them fairly long, so I want them to be right up in there. But I am going to let this cool a little bit so that when I put pressure trying to shove these all in here, I don't just push them right out back this end. I've learned that lesson. And the plastic seems to stay quite warm. So if you put a lot of hot glue in there, you might have trouble getting this to cool down. If you have a fan or something, you can hold it in front of for a second. That'll just help it stiffen up, make it easier to work with. Just to ease this a little bit, I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a pilot hole with another piece so that when I push these in, these don't twist like that. If I do the pilot hole one at a time, I can kind of keep it a little bit more level. Because when they do that twist in there and you shove them in, if you're shoving it into a thin piece of foam, and this counts for the pink foam too, if they twist like that, then this one might come out the bottom, or this one might come out the top, because the further you shove it in, the more the pressure twists it. So it's better to do a little pilot hole with an offcut of the skewer or whatever you're mounting it with. Oh, that's awesome. There is a little bit of a lip here, but I don't mind that. I kind of think it, excuse me, I kind of think it adds something there. So, and we aren't quite flush here, but hopefully we're just wide enough for me to, pinch a straw in there so I can do this border or the fascia board or whatever on it really easy with these tubes. I like this rect thing. It makes it look like maybe this building extended out, and it also adds the footprint of the vertical side, which is nice. It also gives you a place where you can actually get under whoever's shooting from above and they can't shoot at you. So that's cool. Let's see what next. I think there's this. Nope, and that's the only issue I'm seeing. I might have to redo this a little bit. Trying to get those guide holes on this side a little bit closer to the top, because we are not, not too much. We're not at all level there, but what can you do? The other idea I had was, let's see if I can prop this up so you can kind of see what I'm doing underneath there. What up, Bill? You gonna hold that for me? Thanks, dude. Just something like this to block off that bottom chunk of foam, so I don't have to try to stick a bunch of plaster or something in. Wonder if I can't find me a little bit better of a piece, a little bit nicer of a cut. That other one I had it dived down into this a little bit too much. It was poorly cut. That's what I was trying to say. Definitely like that side up, so I'm gonna take these shears. These shears are the only way without sawing at this, because these edges of that Tupperware are really strong, thicker plastic. Woo! Excuse me. See, you gonna bet how much of that got stuck in my mustache? No? Too early? Okay. So just gonna mark this, and again I have to cut it with these shears. Because I don't have to, it's just way easier. Give your wrist a break, give your scissors a break. Oh, Bill doesn't want to hold it up anymore, so I gotta glue it. But this is a nice matching on almost 90% of my train has this Tupperware plastic edge pieces, and they look really industrial. So happy about that. Trying to mess with any other glue. I didn't glue this on yet because I wanted to get this little piece flush, so then I have a nice lip to glue it on with. I don't think I really need to do anything to this surface until I get this on, because I might as well match them together. Let's see, should I try to block off any of this now? I think I'll do pipes and stuff, and maybe tear at this a little bit to make it look a little bit more wrecked. Yeah, so I'm gonna glue this on. Cool. That's how it ends up. That's how it ends up. That's cool. Alright. Thanks, Bill. So I think the only thing really, or the next real step, is to put some texture on this, because I missed it completely on the other one, and I didn't miss it on any of the other pieces. So I might actually have to go back and put some texture on that cardboard too. I think I'm going to do the corrugated cardstock again, or cardboard. Actually, I think it's corrugated paper. Because these are already have lines on them that I can just cut along, and have some easily measured texture on the cardboard tube here. Excuse me. Something must be going on. I'm sneezing. My nose is tickling like a... So, I'm thinking just some bands of these. Easy way to get some texture on these poles, and try to get rid of this the texture that they already have, because it is quite recognizable. It's that texture of a toilet paper roll, and we've all seen one of those. I think cut a couple pieces of EVA. Just to add to that, just to change the texture a little bit. I'm only going to do 2 of those, because I think I can get away with that amount. EVA foam is a little bit more difficult to do than the EVA foam is a little bit more difficult to deal with than the paper. paper isn't as stretchy, so the EVA foam, you know, you have to be a little bit more careful, and I use this technique of where excuse me as I get in the camera, where I just basically like tack one end down and let it cool, because it's so stretchy that you'll like elastic band pull it off of the piece you had it stuck to. So I usually just tack it down and let that cool a little bit before going along and like slowly adhering it. Making sure I didn't pull it off the back end. Man. Oh, that's the larger one, so we're going to move one of these. Get this paper and this EVA foam glued on, and this piece will start popping a little bit more, because I do feel like the texture of the cardboard tube actually holds it back just ever so slightly. Such a great shape, such a great, you know, you can cut it and use it also, like chunks coming out like that are always cool. But again, same exact texture. So this one's going to be a little bit weird because it butts up against this other piece, but I'll do some detail on the inside or something that that conceals that little gap. Sometimes, you know, popsicle sticks and coffee stirrers and stuff, sometimes they do make really good tools. Alright, we got one more. This one could go all the way around. Cool. Might add this one up towards the top. We'll see. We'll leave it at that one for now. But I hear the goblins are starting to move around up top, so I think I'm gonna have to wrap it up here a little bit sooner than I wanted to, but that's okay. You know, sometimes life takes precedence over building stuff out of trash. So that's gonna be what happens today, I think. Man, I feel like stuff's missing there. Maybe if I pile some garbage up or something. Oh, there's an idea. What if I do some silly scatter terrain? I got some chunks of like might be cool to put on this corner. Pile up some more rubble around it or something. And put it on there. Raise it a little bit. Woo! A lot of times I use hot glare to adhere these things to the actual board and stuff, so that if I don't want to hit on there anymore, pulling it off is easy. I just lifted that up a little bit so that when I do texture around here, I can make this look like it's a little bit shoved out of the, with the sand kind of butted up against it, shoved out of the ground. So same thing here. The EVA foam will just give it like a little bit of lift in comparison to the sand around it. So so there's just some other little details. I'll have to get the plastic glue to work on this a little bit more, the top part. But I'm gonna head out. I'll try to do another stream this afternoon or later tonight. Thank you all for joining me. As always, you can always check out anything you missed on my channel. I just upload the video there. Feel free to holler any questions or anything. I love to answer them. I love the interaction. Right on, guys. You all have a wonderful morning.